Hey everybody, me again. And what I like to talk about, everyone, is how mad and how mad the world is. The world's literally gone mad. It's gone to shit, everyone. It has. It's gone to literal shit. I'm just saying, everybody, the whole world's gone literally to shit. Why is that, everyone? Because society does not have your best interests. They don't. Because the whole world is full of clowns, shysters, and con men trying to steal everything from you. Why is that? The world's a cruel place, everyone. The world's an unforgiving, cruel place. And there are a lot of predators out in the world, everyone. There are a lot of disgusting, evil, disgusting predators out there that will try to steal everything from you. I know this because, well, I know some person have experienced it, and I hope I don't. But anyways, everybody, you know what I'm trying to tell you? If you want to escape this, what I strongly suggest is, because you know what I notice about corporations? They operate like they operate just like cults. So I'm telling you, our corporations just like cults, everyone. Our corporations just like cults. Well, that depends. How they get their money. The same thing with a cult. How they get their money too. Because in cults, usually in cults, they usually take money from you, but in a corporation, they give you money, but not very much. Especially what modern corporations are nowadays, everyone. Because nowadays, cults nowadays, everyone, they're barely non-existent. They're not. But corporations, they operate just like cults. So I'm telling you, if a corporation does not care about your well-being, kind of like a cult, and need I remind you, these cults, they don't have your best interests. Someone can literally complain about you and just they can make you sign a bunch of BS and all that stuff. That's why what I strongly suggest to everyone, don't work for corporations. Don't work for them, because you're gonna end up being taken advantage of, and people taking advantage of you and just like taking advantage of you, and not only that, but also they might try to end up stealing from you, because jobs nowadays, because a job, you really don't need it. Of course, a lot of people need money and they need money to survive. I know. And I completely understand why a lot of people have to, like, are stuck with having a job, and they're stuck with working at a job that they don't like. I know. I'm aware of that because I experienced it too. Well, all I can simply do is just make videos and make cartoons about the whole system, how really flawed and how effed up the system is. And besides, this system, it's a joke. Because the system is a complete joke, kind of like how modern society is. Same thing with modern jobs nowadays, because they all expect you to, like, compromise your own beliefs. And I say no to that. Because if a cult or if a corporation is trying to make you compromise on your beliefs, whether it be religious or moral beliefs, then you should quit that job. You should quit. You should not be associated with that, because chances are your beliefs are more important than some slimy cult or some slimy corporation. Because at the end, you got to look out for yourself. Don't listen to these shysters, these no good shysters. Don't listen to these shysters that don't have your best interest. Don't listen to these shysters, everyone. Don't listen to these corporate shysters that are trying to steal your money and scam you. Because believe me, there's a lot of con men, a lot of scammers, a lot of shysters that are trying to steal your money and steal your time. And I'm telling you, no one is entitled to your time. Yeah, I like that. Like that. Let's hear it again. I love the creative field, everyone. I love it. I love this. That's why I love the creative field. Anyways, where was I ever in? Oh, yeah. Corporations. Anyways, everyone, you don't want to work for a corporation. You don't. Because that corporation does not have your best interest. Because nowadays, you should try to become self-employed and make your own money. Kind of like the old saying goes, eat what you kill. That's what it means to be self-employed. Meaning you go out and hunt food and you eat it. That's what self-employment is. But unfortunately, I don't want to work for somebody because working for someone, it's stupid. Why should I work for somebody when I can clearly work for myself? I see no point in working for someone. Especially for people who basically don't have, basic skills. And that's why I admire plumbers and I admire electricians and I admire farmers, because you know why? Electricians, plumbers, contractors, I admire them because they do a tremendous service to us and we should be helping them, and I believe we should be paying them extra because you know why? They don't have to answer to a boss, because these private contractors, they don't have to answer to a boss. Unlike many people who have to work for some corporation and they have a boss to answer to. That's why, everyone, I don't recommend working for a corporation. I don't want to. I'd rather be self-employed and be contracted to do what I love doing. Because at the end, you are your own boss. You have your own best interests. Don't let a bunch of shysters, don't let a bunch of corporate shysters tell you otherwise. That's why I refuse to be an avid consumer, because consumers, all they do is consume all day. I'm just saying, everyone. Because all they do, everyone, is consume things all day and all night long. I don't know what that. Okay, this is good. I like it. Because at the end, everyone, consumers. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it so much. Because at the end, everyone, consumers, they have a right over us. Because consumers have a decision, because they have more power to us, because it's their power to give their money to us. And I believe we should start treating our consumers and our customers like human beings if we want to. I'm just saying, because the way that corporations treat their consumers and employees, it's not very good nowadays, because these delusional boomers, what they say, they're delusional. They don't treat their consumers or their employees that good, giving them lousy wages, dog shit wages, and also not treating their consumers by just ignoring them or just leaving them on hold with a customer service, typical PR and all that nonsense. I don't trust it. That's why you gotta be your own boss, everyone. So, I'm telling you, treat your customers the way you want to be treated, because then if you treat your customers good and your employees good, because turns out people like being rewarded for what they. Turns out if you reward good behavior, good things happen. Yeah, if you reward good behavior, good things happen, everyone. Because people don't like being exploited. I know. People don't like being exploited. I'm aware of that, everyone. People don't like being exploited. I know this for a fact because it's not cool to exploit people. It's not cool. But a lot of these entitled boomers, not just boomers, but also some entitled people, they think they can do whatever they want because they got everything handed to them. Of course, modern corporations and corporations back then, at least they cared about their consumers because it was their only option, them giving them money. Because at the end, everyone, you got to treat your customers good. You got to treat them extremely well. You have to treat your customers and your consumers and your employees very well. You have to. Because right now, these delusional people who own corporations, they're not treating them well. And chances are, people are going to end up boycotting those companies. And when they end up boycotting them, no one's going to want to buy from these companies. Because they don't treat their consumers good or treat their employees good. They're going to end up quitting, not working for them. You know what's going to happen to them? Bankrupt. They'll go bankrupt. They won't get money anymore. And you know what's going to happen to those people? They're going to end up getting a job just like everybody else. All because you couldn't control your ego. And that's the problem. People can't control their ego. I gotta do this. I love this. I love this so much. Anyways, that's how you make music, everyone. And where was I? Oh, yeah. Anyways, everyone, if you want respect, if you want decency and respect, start respecting yourself. It all starts with you. And if you want change, change yourself. Because, everyone, no one's going to change but you. You have to change yourself. No one's going to do it but you. Because at the end, everyone, you have the power. You are your own person. You have the power to change. Don't let these disgusting these corporatist socialists tell you otherwise. Don't let these corporatist socialists tell you otherwise. These corporate socialists telling you otherwise. Because at the end, these corporate socialists, they're not entitled to our money. They're not entitled to our money, and they're not entitled to our time. We have our own time. That's why start becoming a contractor. Start becoming a self-employed person. It's better to become self-employed than to work for somebody, than be under the rule of someone. Because it's not sustainable. And they can just simply let you go if they want to. I'm just saying, everybody, do what's natural. Because raw is the law, everyone. Raw is the law. I'm gonna leave it at that. Because natural order, I'm gonna say this way. Raw is the law. Raw is the law. Be your own self. Be natural. Be organic. Be a human being. Don't let these disgusting corporate socialists convince you otherwise. Because at the end, they're con men and they're trying to scam you. Don't listen to them. Don't give them your money. They don't deserve it. They're not entitled to your time. These corporate narcissists, they're not entitled to your time or your money. They need to learn about humility. They need to humble themselves. Because these corporate socialists, they need to humble themselves. Otherwise, it's going to get bad for them. It will. They're going to end up losing their business, and they're going to end up losing their business, their assets, and possibly their own health. If they keep consuming all that junk food when they should be. A lot of times, these people, they don't end up taking good care of their own health. A lot of times these corporate socialists, they don't end up taking care of their health. They don't go outside. They constantly eat junk food all day and all night long, and not caring about their health. Sums up how really their spiritual existence they are. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Let me check how much we have. Let's just say, everybody, I'm going to leave it as that. I'm going to conclude as this. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, fight this degenerate agenda.